My disabled mum has just had the council knock on her door asking if she's willing to move to a smaller place so they can use her flat to house immigrants.
As predicted, there are now mass reports coming out of British tenants being evicted from their homes to make way for our uninvited guests.
Family who fled their home after receiving death threats where they were not welcome now face being homeless. Kathleen Mongans and Brendan Francis Quinn say they moved to Merseyside in April when they became subject to a campaign of violence and harassment in Belfast. Sefton Council put them in temporary accommodation while their claim for housing was assessed. The review determined that the couple had made themselves intentionally homeless and they were issued with a notice to vacate the house by November 26. Kathleen said, "My greatest fear in life is something I can barely even say, and it's all I think about. I'm constantly scared about whether my children will get removed from me if we become homeless, and I simply can't live without my children. We fled from violence. We cannot go back to Belfast as my partner will be shot, and that's the threat we're living under. In Belfast, they don't come knocking on your door in the middle of the day and announce they're going to hurt you. We were threatened, so we packed up and left and didn't look back." Brendan's dad passed away 2 weeks ago after battling cancer, and he couldn't even go back for his funeral. Asked why the family left Belfast, Kathleen said, "We were told Brendan would be shot and killed and that there's a price on his head. We are Catholics and we are also travellers, but we were moved into an area in Belfast where we were told we were not welcome. We couldn't go to the police. We couldn't go to anyone. The family were placed into a community where they were targeted for being both Catholic and members of the traveller community."
Here you go, just next to me, here you go.
They are not allowed to force entry.
You can record it all you like. That's not what I'm saying. Oh, fine.
They are not allowed to force entry.
I've got it, yeah, fair enough. This is the one from outside, yeah. It's obviously shoulder stuff. The system's programmed. I'd watch the song.
On that turning out to be a false instrument, Criminal Law Act 1967, Section 4.1, assisting offenders.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted. Yes, I thought I should put on a woolly cardigan since it's getting a little nippy in the air. Now we're almost in November. Well, it looks like half the country's being evicted again. You can't turn on the telly without seeing another poor soul packing their bags because they can't afford the rent. And I don't blame them. Who can? The landlords must think we've all got secret oil money hidden under the sofa. Back in the 60s, you could rent a decent flat, pay your bills and still afford a pint and a chippy tea. Now you need a second job just to heat the place enough to stop your goldfish freezing. I've got all the sympathy in the world for the honest ones, the single mums, the pensioners, the families just trying to keep a roof over their heads. But the ones milking the system, dodging rent, or playing the victim while driving a better car than mine, they can do one. And the landlord's charging $2 for a broom cupboard with a city view? Aye, a view of someone else's misery.
This is probably not doing our health any good.
No, it isn't, because you're not doing your job properly. You are not doing your job properly. You've got a duty under the King's Oath that you swear to uphold fundamental human rights. You are not doing that. There was a lady feeling threatened in there. They are not allowed to force entry. You are allowing all this to happen. You've got knowledge of circumstance. This is malfeasance. What you're doing is criminal.
Okay, thank you for your concern.
I'm concerned for the lady in there, not for your ignorance. You should know the law. The Magna Carta says, I believe it's Article 46, no officer, no representative of the law should attempt if they don't know the law, and you don't know the law.
Behind it is barricaded with tables and chairs.
That's all right, we'll just one by one, we'll just chip our way through. The tables and chairs will go easiest, only the door will be the longest.
So you're assisting them then?
They're doing their job, I'm just
No,
making
you're
sure they're
assisting
safe.
them. Well, can we go through?
Can you go through?
Can we go through?
Why do you need to go through?
Because you said you're just keeping the peace. but you're not. By keeping people back here, you are assisting these. You are assisting.
Oh, don't even talk to him.
You're assisting it.
I'm quite happy that that's the common
You're
approach.
happy with that, are you?
Huh?
You're happy with that,
I'm
are
just
you?
gonna stop talking to you because you're clearly not. You're not going to listen to anything I say. Oh yeah.
But all you're doing is giving out sarcasm. How can people have respect for the police when they're like you?
Lots of people do respect us.
Yes, but they don't fully know you, do they?
Oh, fine.
We've seen you in operation.
Good for you. Well done.
It's disgraceful.
Okay.
Bailiffs, High Court enforcement are not allowed to force entry into a residential property. So if you're saying that, why are you not stopping it? This is a breach of the peace.
Well, why don't you talk to one of the bailiffs here?
We've chatted to them.
Yeah, but
I mean,
surprised.
this is a question. What's going on? Are police being paid to allow criminality? Are police being paid to allow criminality? Why would police not be upholding the law? Are they taking bribes?
Are we taking bribes?
Is it the Bribery Act 2000?
They're on foot, walking from house to house, knocking on anybody's door that has a spare bedroom or is under occupying. Bearing in mind my mum's flat has been adapted to meet her medical needs and she has the extra bedroom for medical purposes. They're even knocking on the doors of families with young children, asking if they're willing to move out.
This is true. This is absolutely immoral. No one should have to give up their house. Nobody. And before someone says, oh, far right, no. If it was homeless people from this country that they were trying to give the houses to, I'd be here saying the same thing. I'd also like to question if what they're trying to do is even legal. And it's funny because I've seen similar stories in Ireland. If you guys know anything about them, drop it in the comment section because it'd be good to discuss this.
Hey, go! Go in. Someone get dressed. Don't call. Yeah? This is fair? This is fair.
I don't want my situation here just like you guys. But it seems like you guys are ready for a situation I'm not. You're putting on social media just to make me look bad.
No, not to make you look bad.
I'm not going to let you.
It's not that. It's not you.
Can I finish?
It's not you.
You tried to deceive the police by saying you've got authority to be here because you've got authority from the land registry. All you've got there is a TR1 form, which is an application to the land registry. That doesn't prove that you've got any right to be on the property.
But I have got the writ to say that no.
That writ has been executed. It's not the name of the parties. The name of the parties is Goldstein. Yeah. Since then, the property has been illegally sold on twice since.
Yes, but
who is you being instructed? The name of the parties is Goldstein and Sheena Williams. Sheena Williams has passed away. Therefore, that is not a valid writ.
It is a valid writ.
How can it be a valid writ?
Because it was executed. The reason it's a valid writ because it was executed against the person.
It needs to be a writ against persons unknown. They need to go back to court and apply for a possession.
So you're trying to say person unknown meaning trespass? Are you saying trespass?
Whatever.
Squatters under section 144 is illegal in a residential.
How's it squatters? They've lived here for 17 years.
Ask for the land registry. Hold on. You saying ask for a writ against person unknown?
Well, you don't. If you're saying you don't know, you're saying that trespass is
right here. You just told me a person unknown. You said it on camera.
Yeah. But if you're saying, hold on.
If it's commercial property, then you say person unknown. I'll go to court and even as look, I'm going to do that.
Also, if it's a commercial property, you are allowed to force entry.
No, I can't.
For a commercial property, you can.
No,
you can.
If you apply for, if you say put up section 144 against the old landowner or whatever in a commercial, you've got squatters' rights. But that turns against you in a residential.
Right.
What I can do, if you want me to go and get another writ in the next 24 hours, refresh this, I can do that. How would you want me to do it?
Can I just show you something? This is very important. I'm not going to take it. I need to show these ladies it. Right, firstly, this was a fraudulent document as well.
Oh, you can check that against the courts anyway.
Only the High Court, the King's Bench can issue these writs.
Yeah,
right?
They did.
It's sealed by the Business and Property Courts, and we have the Ministry of Justice Freedom of Information request stating that neither them or them issued this writ.
it goes like I said, there's a restraining order as well against you applying.
There's not a restraining order against me. An extended civil restraining order is against Sheena, who's dead.
Right? Person unknown, anybody.
No, it is not. You are incorrect. My name would be on there. You are incorrect because I've never made an application.
I'm going to do as you requested. I'm going to do as you requested, or the gentleman requested.
We've got video evidence of this guy committing criminal damage and breaking the chain on the lock and to gain entry. What are you going to do about that?
Where's the evidence?
It's on video.
Show to them, show them the alcohol.
So are you denying it then?
I didn't break into the property. I just took the chain off because I rang on the door a couple of times. In fact, many times. All body camera.
Broke the chain or?
No, look. The chain was open. The door was unlocked.
Right. Okay.
There's the guy there. That's the chain. That's the chain's off and gone.
Video.
The chain was one piece. That's two pieces now. I'm not moving them doors until this guy's gone.
Okay, do you want to hear what he has to say before you move away? No, before we move away.
I'm not being rude, but
before we move away, would you like to just hear what he's going to say? Where is he going?
You tell me what you need. If you want me to get another, I can get that in 24 hours. If you want me to give you 2 weeks, I can give you that. What do you need?
Listen, what you need to do is you need to understand that the property is still part of a probate. Because Sheena's passed away and it's her husband and her children in the property.
Like me to do.
Right, I need to put in the paperwork for probate, right? Because
you can do that. Okay, fine. Look, you can do that. That's not a problem.
And then
sorry for overspeaking you, but you can do that. But like I said, at the same time, I've got restraining order that you can't. She can't.
Please, can you just show the officers this civil restraining order? My name is not on any restraining order for the courts.
You're not party of the property.
An extended civil restraining order.
So you merely prevents party because in the will. The property's left to him. If the will is part for him, and he's the husband. Is the executor of the estate of the will.
He's been repossessed
illegally.
Wait, it's legal. That's what you need. She went to court for 4 years.
But this is before then. Sheena has now passed away. God rest her soul. So now he has to deal as the executor of the will to deal with the probate to do with the property.
What I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Like I said, you guys being reasonable. So I'm going to be reasonable. I'm not going to bring in 10, 15 people and break in. I don't want none of that stupidity. No. Look, so you may be a personal. I'm nobody. I am nobody.
I'm not personal.
I'm a nobody.
This has likely been the plan all along, and will those that are evicted and lose their homes get 4- and 5-star hotels like our other guests? No, of course they won't. These people have paid zero tax into the system and have broken into this country illegally. And now, due to government legislation, hard-working British citizens are now being evicted to make room for these people. Billions in government contracts paid for by the taxpayer, guaranteed to landlords. Who can blame them? It's free money. No contracts, no repairs, no payment disputes. The government have put these people first, before British citizens. And what are they going to get when they're made homeless? Absolutely nothing. And make no mistake, this is only going to get worse as time goes on. And there are absolutely no signs of this slowing down. The government keep telling us that they've got this under control, but more and more people keep coming. New daily records are broken almost every single week. This is not going to go away. Let me know what you think of this in the comments.
Good morning. So it's the day after I got evicted yesterday. I left my house, my old house, at about 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and then had to phone the council to say that today I'm homeless now. We were on, like I said, as a relief, which meant they knew that I was going to call. So I called them about 10 and then just basically had to wait for them to call me back and offer me emergency accommodation. Obviously I was hoping it's for me and my 2 sons, and the only reason that I am able to get housing for me and my sons who were over 18 are due to me being classed as vulnerable, due to getting PIP and my youngest son getting PIP and my oldest son helping care for my youngest son. So if I didn't have that, they wouldn't class me as homeless. They'd class us as 3 single adults and not as a family. even though under 24 can't claim housing unless you're in a shared accommodation anyway, so it doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, I'll do a walkthrough of where they put us in a bed and breakfast very shortly, and I'll insert some of the paperwork that I've been sent, so if you're ever in this situation, you know what you got to do. Alright, speak later.
To be completely honest, this is all a civil matter. Would you like to report an assault?
You've just harassed a lady. You've just harassed an 86-year-old. There are witnesses. You've just
stop
harassed.
recording me, please?
No,
you stop recording me?
We can record in public.
Evidence. We're doing it for criminal evidence. We're doing it for criminal evidence. You've just broke that lady's human rights. You're harassing her. You've no reason to be here. Article 1, Article 8, human rights. Sorry, that's following recording. You need to go.
Yeah, please go.
We need to phone the police because you're harassing an 86-year-old.
We have the right to there. That's sort of long term. And the other bailiff was assaulting me, by the way.
She was saying that he's accused me of getting in his space and filming him.
Okay.
Yeah, the bailiff was assaulting me.
Fine.
We can film in public because you're fully aware.
Which is what I've just said to him. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me turn my camera on while we're speaking about it.
Do you not have to do something?
Pardon?
Do you not have to do something when you switch that on?
Well, A, I've just told you, and B, it does say it on here. So no, I don't actually have to tell you.
You do have to.
But I don't, because it says it on here. But,
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm turning my camera on. As
Can you
see.
can you tell me exactly who you are?
Yeah, I'm PC Ely from Hastings Police Station.
And are you acting as a constable today?
PC. And
No, you're not. No. Are you acting as a constable today? Are you an officer or a constable today? Are you acting under your oath today?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
So you're a constable today?
I'm working as a police constable, that's my role. And this is
Perfect.
my warrant number, Echo Bravo 402.
Thank you very much.
So essentially, we've had a call obviously saying that you guys have been preventing someone from doing their job, which is evicting somebody. Okay, I'm aware of the laws that you can film as I'm on record.
Yes.
And I've told him that.
Yes.
But as you're aware, I'm assuming you wouldn't like it if someone came when you were trying to do your job and put a camera in your face and was following you. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but he said that you were calling him names, or some of
Absolutely
you were calling
not.
him names.
He physically tried to remove that camera from me.
Okay.
And I've got it on camera, and it will be uploaded onto YouTube. So that's what happened.
Do you want to show me that? Because potentially
I can't.
You've told me that there's been an assault, and you've told me that he's tried to take your camera. If you show me that, then I can deal with that.
Oh, this is a new camera for me, so I don't really know how to use it at the moment. So this is the second time I've used it.
Okay.
So
Can I? Well, what is it that you guys are doing?
we're stopping an unlawful eviction
What? How do you know it's unlawful?
because there's no due process been made today.
How do you know?
We know how the court.
We know how the system works.
Due process. We know
So
the law.
Okay, but
the bailiffs would have turned up with a warrant that would be void. It would be unsigned without a seal. We know this for a fact. This is what's going on at the moment. This is how we're battling the authorities, because they're turning up with unlawful paperwork. A lot of the time it's even on the tablet now. It's all unlawful. The actual warrant itself, and I've actually I'm actually dealing with Sussex Police at the moment and putting them on notice that it's actually unlawful for anyone to turn up with a warrant that's unsigned and doesn't have a seal.
How do you know that it's unlawful?
Because you've got to look at that information yourself.
But how did you before you came here today? How did you know that it was unlawful?
Through legislation.
No. I'm asking, how did you specifically know that this eviction was going to be unlawful?
Because they all are.
Every single eviction at the moment in this country.
We know the individual, so we know the history.
And she's got a legal background.
We are very fully aware of what's been going on.
I'm slightly confused. So you know this female,
yes,
who's being evicted,
yes,
and you know that it's unlawful.
We know the history.
We know the history.
The history of what?
Of this case. This case goes back to 2014.
Okay, so I don't know this case.
Yeah, so that's how we know.
I'm not.
That's how we know.
This is all a civil matter. So I essentially got called by the mail that you guys were following to say that. Okay, but that's what I've been called to basically say that you guys have followed him, called him names, stuck a camera in his face, and that he felt that you guys were harassing him. That's essentially why I've come out, to prevent anything further from happening more than anything. And like when I came up to you guys the first time, all I said was, if it was you, if you were following him, if you were filming him, please stop, 'cause it's not very nice. And that's all that there is.
That's not a good enough excuse, though. We're entitled to follow someone that's actually in himself.
Not if you're causing him harassment.
He was causing me. He tried to remove this camera from me.
But if I'm telling you that you've caused him harassment,
yeah,
and you've made him fear for his safety, you can't tell me.
So you're policing feelings, are you? Are you policing feelings now?
Yeah,
you are policing feelings.
That is, if someone feels that they're in fear. Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. 611, bear with me. Sorry.
Alright.
If someone feels that they're in danger, then yes, I'm going to police that, because them feeling.
Just to jump in here,
yeah.
Caveat to that would be the chap that you're referring to, the locksmith as we know him, was walking down the road with 2 bailiffs next to him. One of the bailiffs was 6'3". That's the chap that was intimidating and then leaning on me, which is still an affray, and I would say, and it's intimidation, which and provocative. Therefore, when you say he was in fear, he was with 2 huge bailiffs. So we weren't doing anything to cause any affray whatsoever. So we were just going about our lawful right, walking down the road to make sure that everything was safe. That was all. So there's no way this man could prove that we were harassing him. And any filming, if I didn't see a body cam on the locksmith, I didn't see a body cam on the bailiffs, which surprises me if they're going about lawful business.
Okay.
My experience of bailiffs, they have a body cam, just as you do, but they didn't have those.
Okay.
Therefore, and also when they arrived, they refused to show a warrant. Now, if they refuse to show a warrant, they have no legal standing
to you
whatsoever.
Guys?
Yes. To the household, the owner of the house.
So they don't have to show you guys a warrant, but they should have shown her
they should show she was there, and they refused to. Therefore, they have no legal standing. They should leave.
Okay.
That's it.
And which they done.
To be completely honest, this is all a civil matter. Would you like to report an assault?
No, I won't. No.
Okay. Because at the minute, you've obviously told me that someone has assaulted you. I don't know whether it was that man or the
It was a bailiff.
It was a bailiff.
Bailiffs, yeah.
Okay.
We got it on film.
It's on film.
Do you know their details?
No.
Because obviously I've got to take a report now that
Yep.
you've said that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Can I take your details
No.
at least?
No, thanks.
I can't take your details.
thank you.
Okay, so I'm just confirming.
No, I know.
You don't want anything done.
Not at the moment. We have
a right to come back to you anyway. We can come back to you.
Yeah. Once we look at the footage, we can go through the footage, and if I choose to, we decided to, then we'll come back and report it. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your guys' plan then now? Are you done? Because
Don't know yet.
they've all left, so are you guys coming away from that property?
Well, we need confirmation from the court that they're not going to return. So we'll probably have to phone the court and see what the situation is. But yeah.
So, right, fine. Okay, fine. Please leave that man alone. He's
We're not interested in the man. He was the one that was threatening. Not her.
Okay, fine. Yeah, but obviously, I know you guys you're within your legal right.
We know that.
Of course.
We've got some legal
And I'm
people
aware,
there as well.
I'm aware. I'm assuming you're not going to go around filming people if you don't know the laws. However, I appreciate you don't want to listen, but for you guys, please don't intimidate people, because it's not nice. It's not whether or not it's legal. It's not nice, is it, as a person to be filmed and had followed around? It isn't nice.
Again, but it isn't nice for bailiffs turning up with an unlawful warrant.
No, it's not. No, it's
and
not.
the guy that's trying to intimidate.
I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying, something not nice is something not nice doesn't make something right, does it? So that's all it is.
No.
But yeah.
However,
so if you leave him alone, he'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
I think he's leaving anyway because he's finished with that job.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stepping away because this is a civil matter.
It is.
And yeah, I'll leave you guys to it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's okay. If you do change your mind, then obviously
We've got your details anyway, so perfect.
Can I just ask you, just for the record, you said you introduced yourself as PC.
Yeah.
And then you changed it, saying you're acting as a constable under your oath.
A police constable.
What's the... Okay, so that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's good. Just for the record, just so I hear, because originally you were saying you're a police officer, and I want to know whether you're actually acting as a police officer. We established it, but I want to know whether you discern the difference.
Do you know what the difference is?
Yeah.
Police constable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm acting as.
Okay, yeah.
And not an officer.
I follow a lot of people on here that are going through the same situation as me. If you don't know, I'm currently going through the process of a Section 21 no fault eviction, and I've seen a lot of girls get quite upset. And the saddest thing is that when you see people comment that you're putting it on, you're making it up for TikTok, and guys, I'm just sat here underneath my bed. Today, the plan was to empty out under my bed and get some stuff boxed, but I've just had to take a break because I'm just sat here and the emotions they're just overwhelming. Like, I'm looking at my bed. It's not a particularly expensive bed or anything else, and I'm considering the fact that in a minute I need to dismantle this bed. I don't know when my bailiff eviction will be. I've got 7 days until my court possession order process. And it's a lot. It's really a lot to see your belongings, your house dismantled around you. Everything you've worked for. You've got no idea where these belongings are going, whether it's worth selling them, keeping them, giving them away, whether you'll have funds to get them again in the future, what they mean to you. It's a lot. Like, it really is a lot. It's just a bedtime dismantling. Every single thing that I've packed away or given away has felt like a little part of me, and the things that I've worked for have been took away from me, and I'm being punished for nothing, for not having the funds to be able to afford to live in the area that I live. I was quite happy here. I've lived here for 2 years now. I've paid my rent on time every time, and the landlord decided to be a bit greedier than maybe some people would think it was fair to be, and she wants to rent the property out to someone for more money, and that's in her rights to do. But honestly,
we've become a nation where it's easier to get a parking ticket than a flat. You need bank statements, references, blood type, and probably a letter from the Archbishop of Canterbury before anyone will let you rent a room. And yet, the decent local folk, the ones who've worked, paid in, fought wars, built the country, they're the ones left out in the cold. You can't treat people like that and expect the country to hold together. It's a disgrace, really. Britain, the land of hope and glory, now the land of deposits and direct debits, and if you're lucky, you might even get a kitchen with a window. I will see you on the next video. Keep warm and wrapped up if you can in your homes, wherever that may be.